Hello, everyone. This week's First Chapter Friday is by one of the most popular authors in the library. It is called Run, Hide, Fight Back by April Henry. This one's a little bit different in the sense that it's a little bit more of a survival story than her typical style of just a solid thriller style mystery, but it is super edge of the seat, fast paced. It is told in a countdown format, so you will constantly be getting different times. So every chapter starts with a new time as it counts down to this huge event that happens. It's so, so good. So, chapter 1, Survive. When the shooting begins, among the dozens of people near Fairgate Mall's food court, there are 6 teenagers: Miranda Nash, Cole Bond, Javier Ramirez, Parker Gray, Amina Albidi, and Grace Busby. And the only thing they have in common is that they all want to live, but not all of them will survive. 100 miles, chapter 2, 3:37 p.m. 100 miles from Portland's Fairview Mall, a tractor trailer is traveling west on Interstate 84. The 18-wheeler is plain, white, and unmarked, anonymous. It's safer that way. Safer for the 3 armed guards sitting on the truck's bench seat. Safer for the trailer's contents, which are rows of black buckets filled with metal bars, and each metal bar is about the size of an ice cube tray. Some of the buckets hold silver bars, and some gold. A single bucket of gold weighs 86 pounds and is worth $1.6 million. Carl McKinley has been thinking about those buckets for years. Once a month, his tractor trailer makes the trip from Martin's Metals in Boise, Idaho, to a processing plant in Vancouver, Washington. The plant serves jewelry makers from Portland to Seattle. And a few days before it left, Carl paid a worker at Martin's Metals to add a couple of extra features to the 18-wheeler. The first is a GPS tracker stuck to the underside of the chassis with a magnet. The tracker means that Carl can follow the tractor trailer virtually without arousing the suspicion of the guards. And the second addition has been placed under the dash in the footwell. It's a device normally used to deter burglars in million-dollar homes. But when triggered by a remote control, it will fill this truck's cab with pepper spray. Chapter 3, So Many and So Fast, 3:37 p.m. There, the Clinique saleswoman smiles at Miranda Nash as she turns the mirror towards her. Those colors really make your eyes pop. It's a perfect look for holiday parties. Miranda's eyelids are covered with silver shadow, thickly edged with forest green liner. She looks like an alien. A beautiful, big-eyed alien, but still. You don't think it's too much? Ignoring the pulsing pain in her temples, Miranda tilts her head. In the mirror, the pale girl with the dark hair and the eyes does the same. It's a statement look, but it suits you. The saleswoman reminds Miranda of her mom, older but still pretty, and holding on to her prettiness with both hands and fingernails dug in. The saleswoman had sized her up when she approached the counter. Miranda watched the other woman's eyes go from Miranda's expensive shoes to the logo on her designer purse. She's probably hoping to sell her the primer, shadow, liner, and mascara, and some skincare products. Can I see that foundation? Miranda has been watching where everything came from, and she picks the item that is located furthest away, the one that will make the saleswoman turn her back. The drawer next to Miranda's knee holds slender boxes of mascara, and as soon as the saleswoman turns away, she leans down, opens it, ignoring how the action makes her head ache even more, and reaches in, grabs a half-dozen tubes, and slips them into the ace bandage around her waist. It's covered by her oversized red sweater, the one designed to slide off her shoulder, and the whole thing takes only 5 seconds. Miranda has made a mental map of where most of the security cameras are in this mall. The nearest one sees only her back. She's been careful not to turn her face toward it, and with any luck, they won't even notice that anything has been stolen until they do inventory next. She knows not to leave the empty packages behind. Better to take the whole thing and leave them wondering than to leave an empty box and no doubt. To throw the saleswoman off the scent, Miranda spends an extra 5 minutes pretending to weigh the pros and cons of the various products. I'm going to have to think about it, she finally tells the saleswoman. I want to see how they look at the end of tonight. A flash of irritation is quickly masked by a professional smile that doesn't quite reach the saleswoman's eyes. Of course. She's probably thinking that Miranda just wanted a free makeover so she could attend some party. And that if she even comes back to buy anything, all the products will be credited to some other sales clerk. That she has just wasted a half hour. Guilt pinches Miranda, but she has to do this. She has to because she's sick and she's getting sicker. And it's still an hour until she's supposed to meet Matthew. How can she take the edge off? Maybe coffee will help? Down the mall's main hall is a perk me up. I'll have a 16-ounce latte, she says to the barista, with 2 extra shots. The woman makes a face. That's a total of 4 shots. She should try living in Miranda's head. Someone in there with a hammer? Yeah, I know, but that's what I want. As the woman fires up the espresso machine, which is decorated with tinsel and fake holly, Miranda leans against a pillar. 50 feet away, she recognizes Parker's bright blonde curls, and her stomach does a twist. After what happened a few weeks ago, she doesn't want to have to talk to him, to see the look in his eyes. Luckily, he has his back to her. He's with a couple of other guys from the wrestling team, and they're getting up from the table, making no attempt to clean up the mess of half-eaten food they've left behind. Theatrically, Parker raises a napkin over his head and gives it a little shake and then lets it fall to the floor. His audience is not only his buddies, but a brown-skinned guy in a green apron. Parker's friends laughed. The busboy just looks down at the floor and grips his cart. Miranda sees his jaw clench. In case Parker turns around, she moves to the other side of the pillar and leans against it, ignoring how the ace bandage digs into her waist. The move puts her closer to the bell ringer for the Salvation Army, who is standing next to a red kettle bearing the slogan that reads like a bumper sticker, "Together, we can make a difference." The old woman would certainly make a difference if she would just stop her incessant ding-ding-dinging. The noise pings around Miranda's aching head. At a table about 20 feet away, a mother and daughter are both eating apples. It's weird to see such healthy food when everyone around them is consuming stuff that's deep fried, covered with melted cheese, or both. The two look like twins, separated by 25 years, both with dark gray eyes and long brown hair parted in the middle. The girl's hair is held back with a white headband, and while her mother's hangs loose. They're even dressed alike, in jeans and button-down shirts. Miranda squints. The girl's right hip has a long, pale logo below the waistband, as well as an embroidered white tab on the back pocket. Even though she's too far away to read the logo, Miranda knows what it says. Stella McCartney. And if you're going to pay $500 for a pair of jeans, you want to make sure everyone knows it. They lean toward each other, both of them smiling, trading words back and forth, gesturing with their long-fingered hands. What would it be like to be that close to your mom? Miranda wonders. Would she even like it? Since they dress so similarly, she wonders if they wear each other's clothes, and, if so, how the girl feels about that. At home, Miranda has learned to hide anything that she really likes, which annoys her mom. Not that you can tell by her expression. She's had so much Botox that her face can't get angry anymore. She can barely raise her eyebrows. Her happiest moments are when a stranger asks her if she's Miranda's sister. The rich girl's mom is lifting her apple for another bite, and then a bright red splotch, about the size of a fist, appears on her chest. Miranda blinks. The red spot is growing like magic, like a trick she doesn't understand. Then she registers the sounds, nearly lost in the white noise of Christmas music and 100 conversations. Pop, pop. A man in a blue plaid shirt 2 tables over clutches his arm. A skinny woman falls over, her walker and her Jamba Juice cup flying out in front of her. The sounds are gunshots. So many and so fast that she can't count them. Miranda looks back at the girl's mom. She's tilting. Her eyes are wide and blood is bubbling between her lips, and Miranda realizes that's what's on the woman's chest. Blood. Now, because these chapters are so quick, we did officially read the first 3 chapters. As the story continues to progress, it will consecutively count down in time from the moment that the shooting starts until the end climax, which I can't really tell you about. It is so, so good, very fast-paced. Come and check it out. Again, it's Run, Hide, Fight Back by April Henry.